What's up, guys? Powerbang here, and I'm bringing you guys the next episode of AxePB. We've got a whole bunch of tweets that have been asked over the course of the past week or so, and I got some answers for you, I hope. So let's first talk about a little bit about my personal journey in this game. I want you guys to check that out right there. 40 heroes. We are finally maxed out. It seems like the journey has been forever, but we finally have some maxed out heroes, and I wanted to show you guys my very first war with these bad boys, which just so happens to be against the brethren over at WHF2. We've got PB versus KOTN, and it is a mixed scrim. So we'll start playing that in the background. This is a maxed out Town Hall 10 base fresh hit, and we'll go ahead and watch this right in the background as we get to our first tweet, which is from Powerbang Gaming, and that is, if you could have one cybernetic body part, which would it be? Okay, now that we've got our axe, very obvious answer that I think a lot of you are probably expecting right now, and I'm not going to say it. Not going to do it. We're going to go with eyes. I'm going to pick eyes because I think that vision, some sort of like cybernetic vision, would be pretty sweet. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything completely filthy. No phallic objects being mentioned in this video. But we'll go with the eyes. Vision is awesome. X-ray vision is cooler. And I think that would be an excellent body part to have cybernetic powers, I suppose you would say. Thanks for the question, man. All right, from Fearful Banana, we've got, do you want the old witches back, or would you like to see a buff to new ones? Old witches, I thought, were pretty overpowered, especially at the Town Hall 11 level. I just remember thinking, God, I don't remember who we were playing, but it was basically like 17 witches being put down on the exact same tile, and that was it. And they'd go into the base, trigger all the traps, get 3 stars, and it was stupid. So I really wanted the witches to get nerfed. Now, the nerfs that they did to the witches absolutely made them, just nerfed them to the ground, made them completely worthless, and they have not seen the light of day since. Now, that is a little bit overboard, so what I'd like to see is a new witch of some sort, make them a little bit stronger. I don't know about the triggering of traps again, but maybe make them a little bit tougher. I don't know. I definitely would like to see a new witch, though, and not necessarily revert to the old ones, which they were nerfed for a reason, right? But at the same time, they're not in a good place right now. They're not seeing any use, and we would definitely like to get that changed. So thank you for the question. And we've got a 3-star wrapping up right now for the good guys. Powerbang taking out otherwise. Absolutely loved it. So getting to our next tweet. Perfect timing. We've got Wiseman, which is this account. So he's asking me, as an original FPC founder, do you think the values intended are deeper than no modding? Engineered accounts, etc. AxePB. So what he's asking is basically the original intent of the, what's it called? The FPC, which I was a founding member of. What is the original intent? Was it to basically war with like-minded clans that just don't allow modding? What was the purpose for the alliance or the association? Well, I believe that it went much deeper than that. Things that the FPC stood for were essentially ethics. Did your opponents, do you respect them enough not to spy, not to, screenshot bases, not to, bot or anything like that? It's not just modding, it's in how you play the game. And that is something that I felt that the FPC stood for at one time. But, more and more, the past several weeks and months even, it's just gotten to a point where everybody's going to do what they want to do. And, I'm tired of personally worrying about what other clans, either in the FPC or anywhere, I'm tired of worrying about what they do. I just want to focus on WHF, WHF2, and being able to just play the game, focusing on the game itself. And that is what I resolved to do. And, you know, I'm not going to worry as much about what the community does. Of course, you know, we would prefer to play against like-minded opponents that are going to respect the rules of the game, the, you know, terms of service, so to speak, of, you know, the actual game developer. But just more importantly, you know, play by what we consider to be, you know, the rules, I guess you would say. So that's, you know, always the ideal. I always felt, you know, that at the FPC, it should go above and beyond modding, because there's certain ways to play the game. You guys all know what they are. I don't need to spell them out. There's certain ways to play the game and certain ways to do things that are, you know, considered good sportsmanship, you know, ethical, that kind of thing. And there's other things that just aren't. So that's all I'm going to really say on that question. We'll go ahead and bring up the next one here. And I'll start rolling through some of the attacks here. Do you know any of the elite FPC clans which have a lot of Town Hall 8s? All the premier clans seem to be only accepting Town Hall 9 and above. This is from Roni Basak. Sorry if I mispronounced it. That is absolutely true. I don't know of any of the Town Hall 8s of the elite FPC clans that are accepting Town Hall 8 players. The game has simply evolved far past Town Hall 8. The Town Hall 8 gameplay is very simplistic for the most part, and limited as far as, you know, options to defend and all that. So I feel like if you're at Town Hall 8 for any length of time, you're probably not doing it right. You probably ought to move on. Now, that being said, Town Hall 8 is a town hall where you can breeze past it very quickly. Just if you have, you know, good farming practices and you play a lot and you're active, you'll breeze past Town Hall 8 in no time. So I wouldn't worry too much about getting into an elite clan at Town Hall 8. The true war action is going to start at Town Hall 9 anyways. Once you introduce the Archer Queen, that is when, you know, the 2 sets of double bombs, additional air traps, all of that is introduced into the game. So I recommend you get to Town Hall 9 as quickly as possible, learn that part of the game, and then worry about getting into an elite clan. However, if you are at Town Hall 8 and you're looking for a good clan, I would recommend checking out one of the Kingdom clans. Heather over at the Clash Tutor could probably give you more information about a clan that would be appropriate for you if you're interested in, you know, high-level war, which they do over there. And they also involve a lot more Town Hall 8s. I can tell you that in the WHF clan family, we have 0. So hopefully that answers your question. Probably not the answer you were looking to hear, but hopefully I was able to give you a suggestion on where you can look to find some good Town Hall 8 action. All right, so Zachary asks, with the coming of the arranged wars, do you like the ideas of clan war tournaments or rankings yet? Now, this is kind of something that dating all the way back to the founding of the FPC, which was like last year. I don't remember exactly how long ago, probably a year ago though. When we founded the FPC, which stands for Player Play Community, it was essentially a community of clans where we were trying to distinguish ourselves away from the top war clans. Those were all modding clans essentially, and we were hoping to, you know, form a community where the emphasis was on competitive play and having fun, not necessarily the need to be elite and to prove that you are the absolute best, because as egos undoubtedly will get in the way, it will essentially doom you to compete at any cost to obtain that top spot. So a position that we have held for a long time is that we really didn't want to be a part of any rankings or, you know, tournaments. I mean, not so much tournaments, but more rankings or standings, right? We didn't want to be a part of that while modding was still in the game, because if there are those methods for people to get an edge on another clan, people are going to take them. And if there's any sort of like pissing match as far as who is better, who is ranked higher, people are going to, you know, take advantage of that and exploit those options. So unfortunately, the modding is improved as far as the detection and the enforcement of the you know, the anti-cheat software. However, it is not gone. So at this point, I still wouldn't necessarily be in favor of rankings or you know, standings or anything like that. I would like to see, you know, iMod get dealt with. I would guess that after this coming update, you're going to see improvements in that area, whether it's as a direct result of efforts by Supercell or just the developer itself not updating the app anymore. We will see exactly how that kind of plays out. Now, once we get to a point in this game where, you know, there is no reasonable expectation that cheating is going to be around, Absolutely, I would love to see some sort of ladder. I would love to see some sort of ranking. Standings would be cool, but it's got to be on an even playing field where everybody's, doing the same thing, using the same tools, and that is something that just has to be done first before you can really, do competitive play. But they're making strides in the right direction. Progress is being made all the time. And with all of the, what's it called? All of the new ban waves and whatnot, I just want to see those more frequently and have more of a deterrent for users of all different types of cheats. And once that happens, absolutely, I would be in favor of having rankings and tournaments. I think the tournaments you're going to see regardless of what happens. I know I plan to do a whole bunch of tournaments when this new arranged war feature comes out, whatever it happens to be called, whether it's, friendly war, clan challenge or whatever you want to call it. As soon as that arranged war feature comes out, I absolutely will plan on having tournaments and get-togethers with people that are inside the community that want to get down on the Elite War scene. So, checking out a couple more. Do you think Super Queen is dead with healers being nerfed? Brian Hawkshaw wants to know. And I personally don't feel that Super Queen has been nerfed at all. If you look at a lot of the raids that I've been showing, we've got, a whole ton of bases here. I mean, these are big... I've 3-starred a couple 11s in this video, I think, maxed out 10s, and all of these are, for the most part, using a queen walk of some sort. So I don't believe that Super Queen is dead. I believe that, you might have to do a little bit more to help guide her with regards to funneling. You see how the baby dragons are being used here to make sure that that queen walks the proper direction. And then, once she does, we're able to still get into a base and, crack into the cores and whatnot, still using healers, but I wouldn't say that it's dead. So I definitely think that Super Queen is viable. I know I've used it myself, but with the heroes being maxed and with, not needing elixir anymore, I have the luxury now of spending as much as I want on elixir-based armies such as Mass Miner, and also with Dark being maxed now, I can use armies like what you're seeing right here on the screen, which is Mass Bowlers basically, and it's not necessarily mass as in spam. It's a queen charge essentially, or a queen walk going into a miner or bowler raid. Now, this style of raid, you can subtract a lot of these troops and put more into healers and use your queen. But I'm going to 3-star. I'm going to try to 3-star a lot of these bases rather than try to just get all of the loot and direct my queen to the loot, because I'm playing essentially for the league bonus as well. So I'm just essentially trying to smash all of these bases. Good question though. Super Queen is alive and well, especially when you're taking 8 healers like I always like to do in mine. It gives you plenty of spare healers in case you do happen to catch those air mines as your queen walks through the base. Last question. It's kind of a 3-parter. Powerbang Gaming, when did you go to Town Hall 9 and Town Hall 10? When did you start to learn 3-star attacks? When did you start YouTube and WHF? You're cheating by asking me 3 questions here, but we will get to all of those. I went to Town Hall 9, I want to say in September of 2015. No, 14. 2000, God, has it been that long? 2014 September, went to Town Hall 9. I played that for more than a year. I maxed it out relatively quickly. And I, did the hero grind for a while, did the wall grind. Once all of that was maxed, I stayed at Town Hall 9 for quite some time. It got to the point where it was basically like, oh crap, I don't feel like the Town Hall 9s are really making as much of a difference in war anymore. And regardless of how quickly we 3-star all their 9s, the 10s and 11s are basically, acting as a crutch for clans because they come down, dip down, clear the 9s. So I said, screw it, went to Town Hall 10. Went to Town Hall 10 at the end of February of 2016. So I'm a max Town Hall 10 now, aside from my walls. And so that took me, almost 7 months, exactly. And as far as learning 3-star attacks, I've been with 3-star attacks since, probably 6 months after I started playing, which was April of 2014. So I started, kind of getting really into the game in the fall of fall of April. Got into the game fall of 2014, so probably like September time frame, and I've just been working at it ever since. So when did I start YouTube? I started in 2015. The very end of March, I put out a few videos because I was sick of explaining the same things over and over and over in clan chat and things like that. So I essentially tried to make a a couple videos that were like, oh, here's how to funnel, here's how to kill the clan castle. Conversations that I was having on a daily basis. I had people show up to those videos, people that I didn't expect to show up to those videos, the general public, because I didn't make those private or anything like that. I didn't know. I didn't think that anybody would, come watch or anything like that. And they were like, you know what, you should do more. We're interested. And I was like, well, okay. I guess I can do more, So I did, and you guys all know where it's gotten to this point. But basically, there was a point in time when it was not, I never intended it to get big like this. So anyways, when did I start WHF? That was in February of 2015 is when that clan was founded. So we are now about a year and a half old, and getting close to 200 as far as war wins. So we got a little bit of a late start compared to a lot of the clans that are out there. That's okay. We were I started the game when Clan Wars was announced, so we were about a year late as far as the war clans were concerned. So we're a relatively new clan in the elite scene, but February 2015, I believe, was WHF's defining moment, or inception, I guess you would say. So that is pretty much it for the AxePB questions that I've got for this week. If you want to ask your own questions, feel free to look me up on Twitter. The information is up at the top of the screen there, at Powerbang Gaming on Twitter. You can find the link in the description as well. A couple announcements here before we wrap up this video. I've got some pretty cool tournaments. You guys were asking about tournaments and whatnot. I'm going to be doing some friendly challenge, so some individual focused tournaments every other Thursday, starting in 2 Thursdays. So not next Thursday, but the Thursday after. And I'm going to be giving away up to, as little as $150 per tournament that is going down on that Thursday. So as little as $150 per tournament. So if you guys are interested, make sure you stay tuned. I will be announcing some of that on the channel. And we will make sure that, you guys are given a fair opportunity to sign up, compete, and it'll be a great time. We just had our first tournament for me just 2 days ago, and we had some winners. We had some people go home with some gift cards, so good stuff. Looking forward to launching that, and I'll be doing live streams based on that, and we're going to have a new series come out of it on the channel as well. So should be some cool stuff coming. So that's going to do it for this episode of AxePB. You saw the brand new level 40 King doing work in war, getting that 3-star for the good guys. But anyways, guys, that is going to do it for this episode. This is Powerbang, and I'm signing out till next time, guys. Take care.